Greetings humans, today I am building a project nobody asked for. I take inspiration from Apple. When you wake up, there's an unacceptable amount of work needed to open your phone, then open the news, then open the weather. Imagine, what if all you had to do was plug in a micro USB plug? I am still annoyed the Pico uses micro USB even though it was designed in 2020 while the USB Type-C port existed. Anyways, with the Pi Pico W, an LCD, a DHT11 sensor, rest in peace, 2 buttons, and 14 jumper cables, I built a device that does that. If you would like to, you may follow along with this video as I will make the final design open source. The first thing I did in this project was wire the LCD Pico buttons and DHT11 sensor. I had an enormous amount of struggle getting the LCD to stay wired correctly. The connections on the Pico were quite loose. I also was getting readings of more than 600 degrees Celsius on the DHT11 sensor, but was not sure why. Either I was a very bad person who died, or my sensor was broken. Here, I blissfully show my DHT11 sensor wired up incorrectly, which was the very thing which broke it. Then, I continued to pester ChatGPT to find out the reason that the LCD display won't work and the DHT11 sensor is giving, hopefully, false readings. Next, I give up on the DHT11 sensor in favor of the easier-to-use temperature sensor on the Pico itself. I continue to pester the AI as to why my LCD display will not work, before realizing that it may have been because I didn't plug it in. The connections on the cheap breadboard from Amazon were loose. Big surprise. I then came up with the solution of not using the breadboard for the Pico, though I was in fear of my Pico possibly getting damaged due to not having the protection of the breadboard, so I decided the best thing to do was 3D print a case for the Pico. Here is the Pico's case. I will now run the progress integration for component optimization, tactical evaluation, and screen testing, or Pico test for short. Each tactile sensor appears to be in working condition, and the liquid crystal display is too. I have now set up the Wi-Fi, and will run a full test of the integrated system. The left and right buttons are working, the Wi-Fi is working, the weather and news are fetching. The weather is being displayed currently and it works. Though the news function shows no news, which needs to be fixed. The buttons do not seem to be functioning correctly. And the Pico appears to be talking in a long-lost language, which unfortunately I do not know, so I must work on converting it to English. The Pico has now been completely converted to English, although now it seems to be flickering like a fluorescent light. Okay, ChatGPT has finally pulled through and made me fully working code. Now let's have it explain it to you.
Hey everyone, here's a 30-second run-through of our Pico W ticker code. 1. Setup. Brings up I/C on GP6, GP7 for a 16x2 LCD, waits 1S so the controller clears itself, and configures 2 buttons, GP17 equals back, GP16 equal forward. 2. Wi-Fi. Shows Wi-Fi connecting, joins your network, then displays Wi-Fi OK. 3. Fetch. Reads the Pico's internal temp, pulls current weather from Open Weather Map, and grabs the top 3 BBC World headlines via an RSS JSON feed. 4. Scroll. Builds 2 padded lines and uses HD 44780 shift commands to overwrite in place. No screen clears, 0 flicker. Buttons let you step forward, back, or pause. 5. Loop. Once a full scroll completes, it automatically refetches fresh data and starts over, keeping your little ticker up to date.
Okay, now here's the part where I show the project fully complete. Left button scrolls left, right button scrolls right, both buttons pause. Okay, now the conclusion bit. Today I made a device that calls the news on weather and displays them on an LCD. This is not incredibly exciting, though it is the first step in a series I plan to make. My end goal is not to replace the humble smartphone like I did today. Rather, it is to replace the corporate-controlled Siri, Hey Google, Alexa, shut up, that listens to our every words. Though I did buy all parts from this project on Amazon, so anyways.